We are currently walking through the woods, about to take the trails. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm making myself do this. When I was originally on medical leave and I stayed out here, I made myself do this. 3 loops around, 3 loops back around the other way. It equals a mile. At least once a day I worked my way up to it. Yeah. Somebody who used to walk like 17 miles a day. And today I am, God bless, fortunate, relatively, comparatively pain-free, and yet I can't appreciate it very much because I can't barely stay conscious. I woke up on plenty enough sleep and fell asleep for like 3.5 hours after being up for like 3 or 4 hours, and was late to work. And I had to call because I'm in a position there where if I'm absent, I get an occurrence, which will be a write-up. If I'm late, I get an occurrence, which will be a write-up. If I have to leave for any reason, I get an occurrence, which will be a write-up. If I'm not there for any reason, it's not a pre-scheduled doctor's appointment. That's pre-authorized and pre-scheduled and pre-authorized surgeries and stuff. I can't miss any time, and they took my accommodation away, so I'm doing my best to fight that. Whoop! Under the trees and around the thistle thing right here. And I'm doing my best to fight that, but it's a big corporation. I probably won't get anywhere. But all I've been doing was moving from the couch to the bathroom with the fan, and back to the couch, and to the bathroom, to the couch, to the bathroom, to the couch, to the bathroom, to the couch. It's maddening being so exhausted. And it's not like I was exhausted because I was sitting there, because if you sit too long, you will get exhausted. Part of the reason why I'm out walking around. But there's blood flow and necessity. I'm willing myself to do this. But wrong way. Oh. That I'm fighting to stay awake. My narcolepsy-like disorder is on blast today, and my fatigue is on blast, and I'm struggling to stay awake. And so I need to switch arms. This camera feels like 10,000 pounds. Shows how weak I am right now. Weak and tired. And incredibly bored. Incredibly bored. It's an incredibly boring life, being sick all the time. You want to do stuff, but you're not well enough to do a damn thing. So you just sit until you can manage to do something, and you do what you can. And today all I can do is walk, and not very much. Last time I did this earlier, came inside and fell back to sleep for another 1.5 hours from the little bit of energy expenditure of walking around the paths in the backyard. Thank God these are here, and thank God it is summer, because it's at least something better than pacing back and forth inside the house. Sucks. It sucks. Even if it's the same tract of land over and over and over again. This is where we're going. Around around again. I'm glad he has this in his backyard. At least the sensation of doing something, a sensation of having done something today, versus just, like I said, pacing back and forth in the house. That's essentially what I'm doing, is just pacing. That's all I can do, because even doing this is putting me right back to sleep, because I have that little energy and I'm that weak. It's ridiculous. Like I said, the phone was weighing like 10,000 pounds to hold it right now. So I had to switch to my non-dominant hand, and because my non-dominant hand is quickly wearing out. I'm going to try for the complete 3 loops, one way, 3 loops the other, for a full mile, because I need to. Some days I can do this. Some days I can do more than this. And then some days I can't do this even at all, for whichever illness reason it is. And this time it is the fatigue. It's really, really bad today. Like I said, it's not from sitting. It's like struggling to stay awake the entire time. I'm sitting there, and then eventually I can't take it anymore and I have to lay down and go to sleep. Now I'm using both hands because my arms are tired. There's a big clearing in the back. There's another little path over yonder, right there. You can see the entrance to it. Goes deeper into the woods, but when I'm counting my laps, I don't use that path. There's something really pretty about it in the spring and summer, early summer. It's just all wildflowers, and something really eerie about it in the fall, because there's like so much natural unplanted. His dad planted each one of these trees, so there's kind of a rhyme or a rhythm to it. Back there, it's all wilderness. So it's vines and all sorts of stuff, and then it looks like a creepy swampland in the fall and before everything flowers in the early spring. So I don't know why, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like to go back there by myself, but it's really pretty when it's all flowers. But I still just, when I'm walking by myself, I just don't go back there. And someday we wanted to camp. We used to backyard camp. It was kind of nice, all the amenities of camping with the luxuries of being able to walk inside and use a regular bathroom anytime you wanted. So we would spend the whole day outside. We go on long walks, and we bike, and we play badminton and whatever. And we can't do that anymore. Yeah. Post-viral fatigue. The terrible disease that'll get you one way or another. Because if you don't move your body, it begins to rot away like a car up on bricks in a garage. But in order to manage your illness, you can't push your body anymore, because that's my favorite tree. It's a big, giant, droopy pine tree. Looks like something out of a fairy tale. It's great. If you push your body, you can do permanent damage and be laid up in bed for days to weeks to years to potentially permanently making yourself have a worse category of the illness and be bedridden or permanently. So you can't push past your limits. And so exercise is the only, not exercising, being very rationing your energy very carefully. Everything you do, cognitive energy, everything you do, think in a day, you have to consider every ounce, every decision, every action, every activity, every step, every footstep matters. Where you're going to spend your energy that you happen to have on a given day, and you can't really exercise. That's one of the worst things you can do for it. So you become far more sedentary. Automatically, you become far more sedentary. I used to be very active when I first got sick. In order to be diagnosed with ME/CFS, it has to have halved your capacities across the board. If you're a regular workout person like me, yoga every day, weight training a couple times a week, walked a lot, had a full-time job, not so much anymore. And I'm not capable of it. Not capable of it, even on my good days. And let's turn around, go the other way. Yeah, I'm not capable of it even on my good days. And that's to have light ME/CFS in all areas of your life. You are 50% as capable. Imagine it's like having the flu or something, when your energy gets knocked down across the board, across your entire life by 50%. But so naturally you're more sedentary. You have to be more sedentary if you continue to try to do the same things that you used to do before you got sick. When you're sick, you will wind up sicker and could make yourself bedbound. I have no intention of becoming bedbound, so I try to walk that fine balance of not being completely sedentary, so I don't get lot rot in my body from being sedentary, and not getting sicker. And I don't know sometimes how to tell. But when I fall asleep after I take a few steps and I pass out, that's a pretty good sign that I'm not in any kind of condition to be doing it. But I haven't moved much all weekend. Yeah, it sucks. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if you do exercise, do try to push it, do try to be the person you used to be, and do the things you used to do, you will have your illness progress to a more serious degree of illness. If you allow yourself to become too sedentary, so you will naturally become more sedentary and gain weight and lose muscle tone and become less fit from deconditioning because you're not doing as much conditioning. But that's not the cause. Sedentary lifestyle and deconditioning are not the cause of weight gain, etc., are not the cause of ME/CFS. Viruses typically are the cause. Oop, there's the thistle. The thistle. And as a result of having 50% less energy than you used to being produced in your mitochondria and your brain and spinal cord and all immunologically and all the other medical markers they have found for the disorder now, you just don't produce energy properly anymore. You can't do. You can't. It's happened to like marathon runners. Ran 26 miles one day and then got something severe like Epstein-Barr is really highly associated with it, and can't walk from lamppost to lamppost, telephone pole to telephone pole after they get over their virus because they get ME/CFS. So it's not because of lack of will, lack of mindset, lack of whatever. It's a lack of your body's capacity to mitochondria to produce energy to the cells, and a variety of other things. So that causes you to move a lot less because you can't move like you used to. And so you get fat, you get squishy, you get less fit. And that compounds the problem, because the less fit you are, the more deconditioned you are, the less energy you have, the less muscles you have, the less energy you have. And the more sedentary life you lead, the more likely you are to wind up with various diseases. And so you can't lead an active lifestyle and have ME/CFS. It's medically, it's medically not recommended. It's medically recommended to avoid an active lifestyle with ME/CFS. So as active as possible. But how do you determine what's possible? Is, earlier I felt like I could walk several more rounds. I don't feel that way now, for sure. And I can't believe how incredibly painful my muscles are getting from holding this phone up. It really hurts quite badly. It's like I'm holding up a 50-pound barbell in front of me. When yesterday I could do a handstand on a tree, and now I can't hold my phone up without cramping. I gotta switch hands again. Yeah. So we have done, there's my thumb, get out of the way, 16 minutes worth of walking. I'm almost done with my loopage, but I thought I could do more loops earlier. I felt okay. I mean, probably the extra bounce in my step felt like energy was because I hadn't suffered through the hours of pain that I have every morning. And so without, that takes it out of you, without having a good pain day, which is such a rarity, made me feel like I had more energy than I actually did. And I took my steps. I did just 2 circles, which is not very much, because it's, remember, 3 one way, 3 the other way is a mile. So just 2 loops is not very much. And then I came in, I fell asleep for 3.5 hours and missed work. Because of, I'm not sure whether it was ME/CFS or idiopathic hypersomnia. But then I got up and drank more caffeine, took more narcolepsy medication to try and keep my ass up. And I felt like I had been awake for 4 or 5 days, just exhausted to the bone, beat everything. And then all of a sudden my eyes started going cross again. I started falling asleep in the chair. And I had to go back to sleep for like another 1.5 hours. So here I am, wandering around in the backyard, which is equivalent to pacing back and forth in the house that I do in the summer or in the winter time and the fall, because I'm not well enough to do anything that is remotely like life. And that's just how it is. I don't have the energy and physical capacity to do anything resembling a normal life anymore. And I just make myself do shit like this any chance I can get, because I don't want to get lat rot, and I want to be as active as I can be, even though that's not very much at all. To try to avoid the secondary complications of additional diseases. I've got enough. I've got enough diseases. Damn it. From being sedentary, and because I'm bored out of my fucking mind. I'm still me. I still want to live. I still want to do shit. But I can't. It's maddening. It's absolutely maddening. So there's my thoughts while you accompanied me on my walk about having ME/CFS. Just found my tripod. Get in there. That's There's a car in progress. Kind of looks like it might rain again. Oh yeah, that is where we were. Back yonder past those trees. He has several acre plot. There are woodlands to walk into. And that is a big stick pile because when you have woods, a lot of sticks fall. And so they go in the stick pile, the ever-growing stick pile. It's supposed to be used for burning wood, but then it rains and the sticks are too wet, and then because it rained, a bunch more sticks came down, and so they go on the stick pile. So it is like a cool yard sculpture that a lot of bunny rabbits live in. All right. Well, that's 21 minutes. How much more daylight do I have to kill? Welcome to mecfs life. Hella boring. Hella boring. I'm pretending I have energy. Da 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 da. Damn it.